You can't buy taste. Taste is conviction, really. I think it's really about the capacity to sort of like move the needle forward in terms of what personal expression could actually look like.
And I think it's also filtering, being able to filter what is necessary for that specific time and context. My name is Francisco.
And my name is Tawanda. Welcome to our space.
In taste, a big red flag is when you try to define a very specific language onto something that exists in the world. The capacity to be able to not have a language is the most freeing thing that someone can have. The moment you are defined by something or by an aesthetic, that's extremely limiting. The ability that we have in being able to actualize different ideas, different projects in different disciplines without being necessarily defined by a medium, but rather a point of view.
The only way to really test an idea is to see it in multiple applications. And so with that, consistency is almost a red flag. It's really about the capacity to move and react and do what's actually right for a moment. The collection that we did, inspired by the K67, which is effectively a love letter to Sasha. By the time we played around with the language and transmuted it into different design typologies, I think it was really an exercise in not only understanding the original intent, but actually trying to do something relevant and an intervention that is effectively in dialogue with something that we find iconic and hasn't been given the flowers that it deserves. So with that, I think specifically the sofas, for me, they're just like, I think they're fire.
The door handle that we've designed with Ise has the most meaning. The context that it exists in, what it's attempting to do, and the dialogue that it's being created. When it comes to design, the door handle is very personal to me.
For us, meaning is where it starts. Things need a reason to exist. You can only go down from there, meaning not do justice to the idea or their intent, because the foundations then are just effectively loaded with justifications for existing.
I think it always starts with relationship between the idea and both of ourselves. The way it kind of comes out into the world, we can't control. The attempt to try and explain what those things are, it's almost as it defeats the purpose of creating them to begin with. This object here kind of became a consolidation of our practice into one single object. It's something that we are working on to release in the near future, but it's something that started with an idea that failed, that we tried not to put out into the world, and in conversations with friends and peers decided to still release it and test it against our own rules. When we're trying to create something and we define the successful outcome by our own limitations, if we put them out into the world without telling people what the limitations are those limitations real to begin with?
It's more so about how some of these outcomes and tools can really facilitate things that are bigger than the object itself.
It's not something that we want it to finish where it started. So understanding the ability that this object has to evolve through iterations, it's something that might never stop.
Really what it is ideas and a process. There's effectively just a trail of different tangents. And so really for us, I think it's what this space then ends up meaning to us is really a reflection on just sort of like time spent in a general way. It's a portrait of sorts. The exhibition we did at the Architectural Association, it was making this context and world public because it is almost the most honest reflection of a way of thinking and a way of doing things, a worldview, basically.
I think the moment it starts being too organized, it loses the essence of the day-to-day of the studio. It's a consequence of the conversations, the ideas, the things that we see. I think if that gets lost in the process, something went really bad, and I think that is one of the things that I feel like I don't want to lose with the space.